Greetings, this is Vladimir and welcome back to Let's Play Technobabylon. Let's restore. This is a weird way to say load, but alright.
He doesn't look like he's coping well with this.
Hey, don't be so mean about the corpsemen. They're what keeps Cell running.
I'd be a lot more impressed if they didn't have Central pulling their strings the whole time.
Alright, let's see what happened.
Sir, over here!
I'm Dr. Regis. This is Dr. Lau. We've been assigned as crisis management.
Corpseman Durian, 4th Network.
Has it gotten any worse?
Not yet, but we've not heard any word since...
Hey, I'm the only one here who hasn't got wiring in his head. Central hasn't had the decency to update me.
Oh, sorry, Charlie.
Well, it's another one, sir.
Another what?
A, bomber.
What do you mean, another one?
This is like the 4th this year I know of. Central's been doing its best to keep public awareness down.
I guess it doesn't want public panic about it.
Or it doesn't want people to think we haven't got it under control. So how do you know about it?
I talk to people? I've got a social life, unlike someone.
Central marked him when he tripped a chroma sensor. Central locked down the trains and started an evacuation. It looks like he panicked and holed up in one of them.
Anyone in danger? Any hostages?
Central's not mentioned any in the case file. That either means there aren't any,
or it doesn't consider them sufficiently important. Probably wants the transit running again more than it cares about human life.
Sounds like he was surprised. Didn't have time to take any.
He's not thinking in terms of hostages. He was made as a weapon.
Regis?
He's a bio-bomber. The explosives are made of... they are his bones. That's how he tripped a DNA sensor.
Wow. That sounds... Why would you do that?
What's your take on it, Dr. Lau?
Honestly, it's looking pretty lousy for him. Doesn't look like he's got any human shields. I doubt an empty transit station was his intended target either.
Very astute.
Charlie, you're not gonna like this. Central's just bumped the priority. It wants the suspect neutralized.
What? Neutralized is a vague term. I'm gonna try to talk him down.
Regis?
It sounds like he's hesitating. I may be able to exploit that, but just in case, get to high ground.
Fine. You probably know what you're doing.
The signal is hope. Don't fire until you hear me say it.
Hope. Got it.
Keep the public away, and run one more check for bystanders in the station. We can't afford casualties if this goes wrong.
Will Central approve of this?
We don't have time to wait and find out. Wish me luck.
Wait a minute, that was too fast. Also, hope is a weird word to pick.
Hello?
For a signal word. What the...
Who's there?
I just want to talk. I'm unarmed, and I'm opening the doors.
What do you want, heathen?
Heathen. The sight is distressingly familiar. The brace, the weakened bones, the signs of tampering in a young man that brings back memories long buried. Seems that the best hope will be to leverage what you know about him. Try to find some common ground. Really, is there a interrogation thing? You're under arrest.
You sound like you're from America. Am I right? Texas, I'd guess.
Yes, you're right.
I thought so. I grew up there myself, near Fort Worth. What part do you hail from?
Houston.
I can remember what it's like out there. It's part of why I came here in the first place. I'm Dr. Regis, by the way. Some folk call me Charlie.
Thomas Beckett.
Like the saint. Nice to meet y'all, Thomas.
Wow, he had the y'all in too.
So, how do you like the city?
It's a wretched den of sin, like Sodom or Gomorrah.
Well, it's not my favorite, but I wouldn't go that far. I take it you're not here as a tourist.
I'm here to do my duty and strike a blow for the Lord.
Really? We're a long way out from the war here. Whole other continent, in fact.
Yes, I know. But now I'm surrounded, and I must make use of what I have. The fire within me.
How's the scoliosis?
What?
And the osteoporosis, the rickets, and the diabetes.
How do you...
It's a common side effect of sloppy prenatal genetic engineering. That and having your body lay explosive nitrates in your bones instead of calcium.
It's a test of our faith. Only the truly worthy who can...
It shows just how little the Gengineers who made you cared about your health. They made you to walk and to carry a bomb in your bones. The fact that you're a living, feeling, thinking human was merely an inconvenience.
I don't have any save capabilities.
Regis, I'm in position. Visibility good, 0 crosswind. Standing by.
There have been times when I've lost faith, but I can't let this be one of them.
I used to work with guys like you, a whole lifetime ago.
The Lord's warriors?
Something like that. Kids who'd been altered, weaponized youth. You've grown up with so many health problems, groomed since birth for a noble sacrifice. But this, does this seem like the glorious role you were promised?
It is my duty to God to sacrifice myself.
In an empty transit station, thanks to a piece of bad luck?
This wasn't where I was supposed to go. But even the original target, it doesn't seem to fit with God's plan. But if I agreed to go with you, I'd have failed in my duty. I'd just be a prisoner in a strange land.
For the Lord hears the needy and does not despise his own people who are prisoners. Psalm 69, verse 33.
You're right. Wherever I am, I'm always in the Lord's sight.
There are more ways to do his work than destruction. We can help you find it. We can probably even fix your bones.
All right. I shall not resist.
Thomas, you've made a wise choice. More importantly, you've made it for yourself.
Πρόεδρος, εσύ.
Corpsman,
Unexpectedly
the
so.
suspect has surrendered. Take him into custody. Carefully.
Yes, Doctor.
Regis, that was amazing! Central's going to be pissed, though. That was a huge risk.
Screw Central. Come on. We've got work to do. The Corpsman can handle it here.
Yeah, with a little help from the bomb squad.
Right then, that went well. Vision. Where are we at 11? What happened to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 9? T minus 17 hours.
So, Vanderwall finally agreed to cooperate?
Yep, said
It
he
is
could give us
20
a head
hours
start on the
before working.
Mindjacker.
We'd better not keep the man waiting then.
Alright, now I can save. That was a weird sequence.
You've never struck me as much of an art lover.
I'm not so keen on this kind of thing. The mag coil keeping it floating, however.
I didn't mean to do that.
An adjustable magnetic coil, previously used to keep a piece of art floating in the air.
Okay. The dock in the wall where the autonomous vacuum cleaner gets its power and offloads its waste. There is a notice above it. The management thank you for allowing the sanitation machinery and staff to continue their work by not obstructing the docks. These stations are for the use of custodial equipment only. Interesting. A panoramic fish issue camera. Probably there's that invader worlds can decide whether or not they can let someone in. No, other way. First, let's use that. Let's see what Central has to say.
This is Regis. Come in, Central.
Central standing by.
Central, please advise on our current objective status.
Subject, Gil Vanderwall is to be questioned regarding case file RE8473A, the Mindjacker. According to your reports, it is believed that he may have information regarding the suspect.
He came to us in the end. Wants to spill his guts.
A meeting has been arranged at Vanderwall's apartment 28A, Elysium Towers, to brief the subject and report any pertinent findings.
Why is that there?
Central,
again?
please advise on...
He came to me.
Usually there is something else afterwards, but nope.
Any further updates on the Mindjacker investigation?
No additional reports from cooperating cell departments.
It sounds like we're the only ones doing any work. Are we really sure it's the same perp?
Though prolific forensics has confirmed the use of the same wetware substrate in all instances.
I guess there aren't many places you can get the tools to steal someone's memories. Do we know what he's after within his victims' minds?
The destructive nature of the tools used has left no suggestion of precision. It may be that the specific target is being disguised amongst generalized disruption.
Or he really is after their whole mind.
A possibility, though requiring exotic means of storage and transportation.
Probably not.
Do we have any potential suspects yet?
Likely candidates within Newton have had implicit constitutional protections revoked. They have been subjected to Series 3 enhanced interview practices.
But no successes?
None. In 6 months of activity, we have only the Mindjacked as victims.
I'm surprised. With all the memory thefts they've carried out, you'd think there would be a fence, or a buyer.
Perhaps they are making a collection.
Was that a joke?
Not at all, Dr. Regis. As you yourself note frequently, I have no sense of humor.
We have his sketch now, at least. We have seen him. So we should be able to at least know who it isn't, if not who it is. Although I'm not sure. Don't they have a database so they can scan it and perhaps find someone? Not sure. How are you?
So, how's things?
Heuristic and cognitive functions are operating within safe thresholds.
What a question.
Civic stability index is 5.9. Tomorrow's local UV exposure index is 11.
That's, great.
You are not obliged to make small talk, Dr. Regis. I am aware that you are uncomfortable anthropomorphizing the central human interface systems.
Huh. Comes a lot more naturally to people like Lau. What do we know about Gil Vanderwall?
Subject, Gail Vanderwall, age 57, blood type AB positive. Born in Pretoria in the Federation of Southern African States. Married to Dakari Vanderwall, former Olympic athlete.
How long's he been in Newton?
Immigration, March 2068. Awarded residence due to outstanding personal contributions to art and culture.
Despite his shady history?
Though accusations have been made of connections to organized crime, attempts at prosecution within the FSAS have all proven unsuccessful, as his social activity index has remained above 50. No further investigation has been taken by Cell.
What the hell does that mean? If you have a certain rating, they won't actually investigate you.
What do we know about Vanderwall's connection to the Mindjacker?
Subject, Gail Vanderwall. Before immigration from the Southern African Federation, Vanderwall was known to possess a number of links to organized crime.
And yet we still let him into the country.
He possessed a reputation as a fixer, arranging specialized talent for criminal organizations.
And for hacking the human brain, you need some pretty niche talent and hardware. The kind of people that Vanderwall would have had connections to in his history.
He had been placed on Cell's watch list, but then he made a most surprising move.
He came to us. Doesn't that pretty much confirm his involvement?
It merely confirms his awareness, not necessarily his complicity. You must question Gail Vanderwall.
Central, about what happened at the station.
Post-hoc review is currently underway. Debriefing will take place following your return to Cell.
Let's leave it at that for now, then. Regis out.
That was interesting. Can I talk to you?
Hey, Max.
What's up?
Yeah, let's begin.
Give me an update on the mindjacking case.
Labs come back with the report on the body at Animus.
We can definitely link that one to our investigation.
Same MO. Victim was wired, brain burnt, but not consistent with a straightforward murder. More like a rapid, intrusive, and destructive brain scan.
So we're still going with memory theft rather than elaborate assassinations.
Exactly. No conclusive patterns on targets, I'm afraid. Vanderwall said he would give us a lead on the next victim, though.
So much for him retiring from organized crime. How are you holding up?
I'm okay. A little hungry.
I meant about what happened at the station.
I think you did the hard work on that one. Don't let it go to your head, though. That bomber. He was American, wasn't he?
He certainly had the accent. Sounded Texan.
Did you know him?
Dr. Lau. Texas is an enormous place. I do not happen to know every single other person who lived there. And besides, I left well before he would have been born.
Do you ever regret doing that?
Not for a second. Especially after seeing how it's gotten now.
I Can we get some more information about that?
There's more to what was between you and that kid,
This
wasn't
world
there?
is interesting.
Like you said, you never met him before, but it seemed personal to you.
You're very perceptive, Dr. Lau. It's useful for an investigator.
You want me to stop asking?
There's a reason that kids like him, and hundreds others, exist. It's not because the seditionists thought that weaponizing the human body was the biggest innovation since air power, but the engineers that got to make these kids, for whatever reason, didn't say no.
Regis,
You could say I knew him too well, inside and out. That is what bothers me. Any luck with the Mindjacker's airship?
Still nothing. Like I said, it just vanished.
And Central still claims there wasn't anything there at all.
But we saw it, Regis.
Exactly. Something's not right. I wonder if Central's hiding something.
Why do you hate Central, Charlie?
What? I don't hate Central.
You're always arguing with it. I've seen you sabotage more cameras than anyone. It does so much for Newton. The city runs like a well-oiled machine.
Maybe, but I think it's working in inappropriate areas.
What would count as inappropriate for a city coordinator?
Like this. Fundamentally, policing is a human matter. Machines and synthetics don't commit crimes. I don't expect them to be able to understand how perpetrators think and act.
So, you're old-fashioned. You'd rather not talk about it. Maybe later?
Keep at it, Max.
Can do, Regis.
Alrighty. I like the little glimpses of the world we have gotten so far. So there is a war in another continent. Which I'm not sure if, well, we are in Europe, or a Federation of Europe anyway. So the war is in the US, or what was the US. And this place seems to be rather well guarded and, I don't know, walled. I don't know why it gives me that impression. And the poor get some basic human needs met by the city. And there is bioengineered people that act as bombs. We still don't know what the war is about and with whom. But we'll see, I guess.
That's not going to fit into the charging dock.
Alright. I'm not sure why I did that, because I could.
That's not going...
Alright, fine. The view. Sure. In this part of town, even the buildings look lazy and decadent. No longer floating art. But I think it's time to go in. Anything else? Let's see. I don't think there is anything else out here that I can interact with. Alright, we may need to do that. I'm not sure why yet. But to do that, I guess we need to take it offline. So, for example...
Hey, Charlie! Go and punch your food machine at home if you really feel like some Luddism.
Everyone's so restricting. Let me shoot this drone for no reason at all. Alright, you know what? I'll end this episode here and we'll go interview this guy in the next one. Thank you for watching, subscribe, like, leave a comment if you want to. And I will see you next time with more Technobabylon.